Hi, I'm Matt Williamson with Yardbarker, here to talk about a big Sunday night game. Should be a really good game. Steelers travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Pittsburgh dropped their first game of the year in the early Monday night game against Washington this past week, and they're starting to really look like a tired and beat up football team that really didn't get their proper bye week and was forced into playing 3 games in 12 days. They wore down very much so in the second half against Washington. Maybe finally having a normal practice week and a normal schedule will pay off for the Steelers. But also, Buffalo also played on Monday. They played in Arizona against the 49ers, and they looked fantastic. They now sit at 9-3, but they've only outscored their opponents by 27 points, which is odd for someone that's at the 9-3 record. The Bills and Steelers both averaged 27.8 points per game on offense, but the Steelers are allowing about 8 points less than the Bills on defense. And despite their loss last week, Pittsburgh still has the NFL's best point differential. The Steelers have the NFL's best turnover differential as well, and have taken the ball away more than any defense in the league. The Bills are one of the only 7 offenses to average at least 6 yards per play, but only the Rams' defense is better than Pittsburgh's in this metric. The Bills' passing game isn't quite the same without John Brown, who will miss this game as well. But Cole Beasley and Gabriel Davis have really stepped up. And frankly, Josh Allen played remarkably well this past week. The Steelers are 30th in the league in yards allowed per completion, but are first in completion rate allowed. Opponents have a 9.5 average yard per depth of target against the Steelers, which is the highest in the league. Pittsburgh has allowed very little production, though, to opposing quarterbacks and wide receivers through the year. Buffalo has scored on 52.4% of their possessions, which is second most in the league, but opponents have scored on just 26.2 of their possessions against Pittsburgh, which is the lowest rate in the league. The Steelers' 3.7 sacks per game is far and away the best in football, and their run defense probably is the best run defense in the whole league. Only 6 offenses are averaging fewer yards per play than the Steelers, though. Buffalo's run defense might be the league's worst, but the Steelers' running game and run blocking has been really poor, and they've flat out abandoned their running game of late. Even with very little from their running game, Pittsburgh is amongst the league leaders in time of possession. The Steelers' offense is one of the most pass-happy in the league, and quarterbacks have put up huge numbers against Buffalo this year. That being said, opponents have a 7.0 yard average depth of target against Buffalo. And that's the lowest in the league. But that fits exactly what the Steelers' passing game is right now. In the short game with run after the catch and get it out quick, and the Steelers just aren't allowing sacks. Frankly, Pittsburgh's offense allows the fewest sacks per game by a large margin, but the Bills do rush the passer pretty well. The Steelers' average starting field position has been outstanding, but Buffalo's also been quite good in this regard. Buffalo has led for 55.6% of their offensive snaps this season. That's the most in the league. But the Steelers are second, so it's hard to put a lot of merit into that. I have a tough time picking this game, to be honest with you, but I think Buffalo's in a better place. They're at home, but the Steelers on primetime usually pull one out. I got the Steelers 28, Buffalo 27. Thanks so much. I'm Matt Williamson with Yardbarker.